What's up, y'all? This is Deidre, and I'm back with One Shot Game. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all feeling lovely. I hope y'all feeling great. It's a Monday, of course. And if you getting it in, however you getting it in, hustle, get the bag, do whatever fits for you. But I hope you have a blessed and lovely day today. Now, I'm about to give y'all a video on the topic of parenting, spirits, trauma, and energy. Will have a big positive influence on people. So please drop it down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe, because this one is about to get real juicy. So important as a human being born into the world to have a mother and a father both present in their life, because as people we have two sides to us, which is our father's DNA and our mother's DNA. And if you want to call it on a spirit, it will be the masculine energy and the feminine energy. They both contribute and play a part to you as a person, to your soul and your identity as a person. Now, the age I grew up in, there was no dating. There was no taking nobody out on a date. And if it was like the 5% club. The rest of the percentage of people, you feel me? I'm going to get real vague and I'm going to spit the truth. If you don't like to hear the truth and it's too much for you, please log off of this video right now. Somebody else will watch it. But I'm going to be real with you. Where I come from, we got straight to fucking. That's all it was. Not realizing it is so much more to a person, and the layers that you pull back from a person when you finally start to get to see who these people are and how they contribute to these little souls that you are producing in the world. Each of us, again, as a human being, has a masculine side, the father, and a feminine side, the mother. You don't understand both parts of these humans together that we're creating these kids with. At times it'll get to a point where we subconsciously not realize we're taking our anger out on the kid because of what the father didn't do, or we're taking our anger out on the mother for what the mothers didn't do, when in reality the blood ties and the soul and the energy can go back as far as generations that you may not even know. And they can be hiding behind decades worth of trauma, subconscious hidden trauma, subconscious hidden substance abuse problems. Lots of things that can be passed down into this kid's DNA, to where when they grow up and they're slowly growing, you're starting to notice things that you might not be able to be ready for. And that's nobody's fault. But it kind of is if you didn't take the time to get to know this person. You just started humping. Let's get back to the having conversations with folks, getting to know them, taking them out on dates. It's not all about the money and it's not all about the sex, because once them two things come off and it's just you and them in a house together, because again, the rule is true. You never know a person till you live with them. Once you live with them, you get to see how they really are, because you're around them 24/7. And the things they present to you is only because you're around them for a short period of time. But guess what? Energy don't lie, baby. And when you're around them all the time, you could start to see that their energy is telling on them. That is the energy of each person combined together that you're creating a little soul with. And if one part is missing or another part is missing, sometimes it's hard to control that equal flow of energy and that equal balance. You're either going to have too much masculine energy where you're just filled with rage and uncontrollable and don't know what to do with yourself, or you just have too much feminine energy where you're too nice, you're too soft, and everybody's going to run over you. You need a mix of both in order to become connected and solid in the world, to be able to help yourself deal with situations and people in the world. Otherwise, it becomes an imbalance. Times when kids are affected by certain things, for instance, I'm gonna get real brutal on this. I see a lot of shows that I watch where it's childhood killers. or man or female, trying to figure out what is the basis for them killing people. And you're not understanding that it started with the mother and the father either being absent or doing something to them that affected them so much, that spirit of feeling like they have to do and be to others, the pain that was projected on them becomes so strong that they turn into killers. And not get close to someone without pacifying and telling them what they want to hear and giving them the good side of you. Because it's true, what goes out must come in, and what goes in must come out. So everything what goes up, what must come down. It's all around infinity. Nothing ever ends. You can put on a very nice mask and have the spirit of something that went as far as back as you may not be able to understand. So be careful who you let into your life. Be careful who you let into your kids' life. Be careful who you have kids with. Make sure that you're getting to know these people entirely. Red flag number 1. If they start out with sex is all they got to offer, that's probably a red flag that you might not want to get involved, because then you're going to have to wait until the layers are peeled back off the onion before you finally get to start to see who this person is. And by that time, it may already be too late, because it only takes one time to make a kid. And now you pregnant by this person. You don't even know the back history or the backstory or the things they've been through, because a lot of people self-medicate or they self-hide it. And so you'll never know. And then when you start being around them, or you start, having your kid and you seeing them growing up and it's certain traits that you don't possess, you start to be like, where did that come from? It's because it's embedded in the DNA. You just didn't get a chance to get to know that person. So you don't know that. Now back to the people who grow up just like in so much pain and agony in life that they become killers, they become robbers, they become just evil, spirited people. And they did not start out like that. 9 times out of 10, it started from some type of abuse or neglect from the mother or the father. Person feels, especially if you're a young child, feels as if you neglected. And that's where the source of the first pain starts from. The dad is not around. Sometimes with sons, it makes them feel like they have to protect the mother figure. And however that's gonna be, he's gonna go and do whatever is necessary out there in the world to make sure that he protects the mother figure, and also for his own personal needs. The little girl, when a father is not present, it makes her feel as if her love she needs to fulfill inside her soul needs to come from a man. So she will almost take anything when it comes to any guy, because she's looking for a guy to fill the void that she needed when she was a young child. This is very important, guys. I don't care if the mother and father is not together. Sometimes that relationship don't work out. Or you guys are equally co-parenting this little soul that has a chance to understand the feminine and the masculine sides of both. Do not take your anger out on the child's father for whatever they're not doing due to the fact your own daddy issues, when your father may have had daddy issues from his dad and his dad. And then the spirit of whether it's alcoholism or drugs passes down. And if one person in the lineage clears that, they may have something else. They peel back like an onion. But sometimes it could skip one person and hop into the next person in the lineage. Again, it's so easy to make kids that we're not understanding how the line can be passed down so easily and the traits can be passed down so easy. To where you're trying to figure out at the end of the day, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Because you're not understanding the backstory. Spirits can come back at any point in time. Sometimes they skip a generation or two. But they will come back when necessary to teach you the lesson that you need to learn. An individual soul, when you are lacking the mother and the father present in your life, sometimes it makes people change into these evil, malicious, devious people that just can't get out the fact of their childhood being so affected that they are just plain malicious. Getting in relationships from physical abuse, mental abuse, alcoholism, substance abuse, all those things contribute to the soul lacking either the mother or the father in their lives. And to be so malicious and cold, they turn into stone cold killers. Into these people that hide so much pain, they hide it and bury it so deep down that you be around them long enough, you'll start to see it's gonna come out. And you're gonna be like, where'd that come from? I thought they was cool. Yeah, that's because you peeled back that one layer of onion and you triggered them to go back and relive that past. And now you get to see who they really are. It's real easy to put on the mask, I'm telling you. I don't know how I can stress this enough. But due to the fact of the mother and the father being a lack of in the child's life can either turn a person so cold, they just sick with it. Everybody think just because, you know, you got this and you got that and, you know, you living life and you going on and on that you do it, you did the healing. No, that is not how it goes. You know what happened? You just buried it so deep because it hurt so much that a day came and went, and now you look up, you 48, 50, and you think you healed that trauma, and that's not the case. You just buried it so deep. You chose not to relive it. Off in their houses, not letting people see the real them. So when they go out in public, it's real easy to put on a mask and make you think I am this person. But come live with me. You're going to really get to see. A lot of people are trapped in their childhoods. And that's where you can see majority of the pain comes from. And it'll start out like this. Say, for instance, you with somebody who's grown or something like that. And you go to like the grocery store or something, and you got a kid with you, and they pick out ice cream and hot Cheetos and stuff, and you see this adult, like, you know, getting the same things they getting. They kind of trapped in their childhood. Some of the things they say and do will have you looking at them from a non-mature perspective, trapped inside their childhood, soul and energetically inside, as the 5 or 6, 7-year-old kid that got hurt the most, where the most pain lives, that they can put on a mask like they have healed that pain and have matured. But when you pay close look and close attention to the energy, not the words, the energy, you will start to see a lot of people are still trapped in their childhood, or they have been so scarred in life from their childhood that the way they choose to treat other human beings is malicious. Don't know until you're around this person for a long period of time. First ones to hurt a newborn baby is the mother and the father. Kids do not come out of the womb. Souls are not born out of the womb with substance abuse problems, mental abuse problems, physical abuse problems, anger issues, abandonment issues. None of the souls born into this world experiences none of those emotions until either the mother or father has left us feeling like that. So if I can't preach nothing more to y'all, I would hope y'all would understand the importance of a mother and a father. Let's get back to dating for the ones out there that's trying to make it work. And the ones out there that have kids and the relationship didn't work, be happy for what they are contributing. Do not put your pain of what your dad didn't do on the father. Do not put your pain of how your mother wasn't there on your baby mom. Don't do that, because then that further disrupts the child, and the child gets to see the emotional and physical abuse that's being done between two parents, and slowly but surely and subconsciously they're picking that up. And when you see it passed down to your grandkids and your great grandkids, don't get mad. Because that's what you showed them, so they don't know no different. This is Deidre with One Shot Game. And I need us as a whole, as a world, as a people, as a collective, as every single soul and human being in this world. There is no rule book to parenting. Parenting is all self-learned, self-taught, and the things that you learned and grew to know as you grew up. And some of them are not right. Some of it is not right. I'm telling you right now. But you have the power to change it. You have the power to protect your child and show them the roadmap to what's right and what's wrong, and let them know, hey, me and your dad may not have the best relationship, but do not bash that man in front of your child. Dads, do not bash the mom in front of your kids. Because at the end of the day, the kids are looking at that. And when they see that, they're going to think subconsciously in their mind, consciously, that that's okay. And it's not. We have to realize we didn't have any boundaries when we started hooking up. And we didn't have no self-worth about ourselves. It was all about hooking up and sex, and that was it. We didn't peel back no layers of the onion. We didn't get to know nobody, nothing. Hold off on the sex and wait to see how a person really is and who they're really worth, and see if this is somebody you really want to have a baby with. And it takes time. And sometimes you may not really get to know a person, but what I am going to tell you, a person that's real and genuine, they will act majority the same every time you see them. And that's big facts. Energy does not lie. When a person is fake, it only going to be so long before the energy really starts to show itself. So make sure you keep going on them dates. Make sure you keep calling them phone calls. Make sure you keep having repeated conversations and communication, so you can see who you are creating a soul that must enter this world with. And know, is this somebody that, you know, I can show my child what a healthy relationship is? And y'all don't have to be in a relationship. Y'all don't have to be married. But a healthy relationship. Positive communication. No physical or emotional abuse. Because kids are looking at that. The time is now. Energy and spirits passed down from decades back can easily be passed down to new souls when they are born. And subconsciously, they pick up the same traits of whatever their grandparents or parents may have done. And now you're realizing and seeing why your child acts the way they do. I'll tell you nothing. I'm telling you something today. Let up on that man and let him take care of his kids. Dads, don't be so hard on that lady because she ain't giving you none. Be there for the kid. That time, that ship has sailed and gone. It's time to show these kids a mother and a father, the feminine and masculine energy, and how they contribute to a soul as a human being. Through a one-shot game. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Because you get one shot at life, but you can soak up all the game that you need to have a better life.